Hare Krishna devotees, Prabhuji and Mataji, welcome to today's class. Today is last day of Dashavtara. We shall be talking about Kalki Avatar, which is yet to come. So far we have seen that some avatars or incarnation of Lord Vishnu took place during Satyuga, thereafter some in Treta, some in Dwapar, and the last two avatars, that is Lord Buddha and Kalki Avatar, they are in for this Kali Yuga. Lord Buddha has already taken birth, and now Kalki Avatar is due. It is said that Kalki Avatar shall be, incarnation shall be taking place at the end of Kali Yuga. So 4,32,000 years minus 5,000, approximately 200 years. So this is a long period of time is yet to pass when this Yuga comes. And we can already see the political turmoil, the irreligion, the immorality, the fight, wars, and there is no respect to religion, no respect to relations, no respect to social orders and social values. This is already rampant in this society. So just imagine what is going to happen so many years later. More than, it's only 4,32,000, that means 5,000, 4,17,000 or 80,000 years are yet to come. So and like all avatars, they will vanish. This eliminate all kind of vice, all kind of, devils or asuras who are present, who shall be ruling at that time. So everything will be settled down, and ultimately Satyuga will begin again. So with this hope is, so Kalki Avatar, just to give you a brief account, he is likely to take place at end, incarnation is likely to take place at the end of Kali Yuga, and which is considered to be the dark age. It is also known as age of darkness, because everything is not as per the Varnashrama system or as per the injunctions of scriptures or spiritual order. So this is going to happen in this period. Much more years to come, much more worse than what we see today. Horrible things are yet to come. And we are already sometimes partnered with the disorder and civil strife and, wars and crime and violence in the society. So it is said that he will be born in a Brahmin family in Sambhala village. Father's name will be Vishnu Vyasa. Vishnu mother will be Sumati, and he is picturized as you can see in the picture, riding a white horse, holding a sword in his hand, and all aura around his face or head, you can see. So he shall be reincarnation or incarnation of Lord Vishnu in this avatar. So this is a very, very, in fact, significant for us, because we may not be there, but generation shall be there. So just to recapitulate what 9 avatars we have discussed, anybody would like to enumerate, right from Matsya avatar? Yes, anyone? We have discussed 9 avatars before. Just maybe wrong, no problem. Let us focus on our memory. And
Prabhuji,
yes,
Matsya Avatar, Kurma Avatar, Vara Avatar,
yes,
Narsimha Avatar,
yes.
Sri Rama Avatar,
Then Vaman avatar. After
Vaman
Nrsimha came
Avatar,
Vaman avatar.
Vaman Avatar, Rama Avatar,
No, no,
Balarama Avatar,
before that, Parashurama avatar. After
Parshuram,
Vaman was, after Vaman, Parashurama avatar.
Parshuram
And
Avatar,
then there was Rama
Balram and Krishna.
and Buddha Mataji.
Buddha,
And
Buddha,
last is Kalki avatar. So this
Kalki
avatar
Avatar.
is going to take place at the end of this Kali Yuga. And in Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 5, there is a chapter number 25, in which 26 hells have been described. One, asuras, or the people of demonic nature, when they pass away, when they leave their body in material world, then what kind of torture and sufferings and things they have to suffer in those hells. This is described in those 26, chapter number 25 of Canto 5. You can search it on net and go through it. It is such a hellish condition that if you read it once, you will not sleep for at least few nights. It is so horrible kind of. So that is why we are here today. We are here discussing Krishna consciousness, so that let us become, our life or existence become pious and fruitful, and let us be always in a mood of goodness, not Shuddha Tattva or Sattva or Vishnu state, but let us improve our behavior, conduct, and whatever. And Lord is so merciful. We have seen in glories of holy name that He is so merciful that whatever sinful activities we have done in this life and many past life, they are all eliminated by just chanting of holy name of Krishna. So let us pray to Krishna. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjan Shalakya Chakshurunmilitam Mena Tasmai Shri Gurve Namah. Om Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Peshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedant Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gaurvani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashat Deshatarani. Jayo Shri Krishna Chaitanya प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्री वासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीन बंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांता श्री राधा कांता नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी श्री राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरे प्रिये हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 रामा Ram Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna devotees, Prabhuji and Mataji, and welcome to today's class. The slides are few, so I request each one you to read just one slide each. So, yes, Shashmita Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Mataji.
Kalki Avatar. Sukdev Goswami said, then, O king, religion, truthfulness, cleanliness, tolerance, mercy, duration of life, physical strength, and memory will all diminish day by day because of the powerful influence of the age of Kali.
So we can see that Sukdev Maharaj is explaining Srimad Bhagavatam to Parikshit Maharaj in the picture down at the right bottom. You can see. And what will happen, he is telling about 5,200 years ago, that, O king, religion, truthfulness, cleanliness, tolerance, mercy, duration of life even, physical strength and memory will all diminish day by day because of the powerful influence of age of Kali. We know during the Satyuga, the people used to have life worth few thousands years or sometimes even lakhs of years. In Treta, it reduced to few thousand years. In Dwapar, it came still lower. And now in Kali Yuga, if somebody is living more than 100 years, he's appreciated, he is recognized for his long life, 102 years, 110 years or something. So our life at present is this much only. But as the Kali Yuga proceeds, the duration of life will be very, very short. Maybe just half of it will come to it. Religion, predominance of religion we can see today even also. Truthfulness has gone away because one who is a liar and cheater and of course who is not sticking to truthfulness, he is not successful these days. Cleanliness means not only bodily cleanliness of all level, body, mind, and words. So these are all tolerance, mercy, duration of physical strength and memory. These are all functions of basically a Mahatma or a person who is pious or in a mood of goodness. Thank you, Mataji. Bhavika Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
In Kali Yuga, wealth alone will be considered the sign of a man's good birth, proper behavior, and fine qualities, and law and justice will be applied only on the basis of one's power.
So you can see on the picture right upper side that there is a craze for holding money, and as per Ishavasha principle, we should take up only as much is necessary or our allotted quota by Lord Krishna. We should not consume, touch others, but you can see what we are doing. We are collecting not only money, but many, many things which we do not use. We are encroaching upon others' quota and we are consuming it. Even sometimes not able to consume, but still we are holding. So vittam eva kalau nranam janmachar gunodayah dharma nyaya vyavasthayam karanam valmebhi. So how people will be recognized? They shall be recognized by their good birth. Person born in the family of a Brahmana, we will go for not Varnashrama system, but caste-based system. That is only thing. And one who will be rich, has proper behavior and fine qualities. So these really considered to be person of being a very good, good person or a nice person. On the one who has jiski lathi uski bhains, those who have power, they will get the justice. But those who are weak and say weaker section of society who don't have power, do not have wealth, do not have high position, no justice will not be granted to them. And this is what is happening. The justice is so expensive that poor person being innocent are victimized, whereas the culprit who are rich, they get off very easily, even from courts of laws also. Yes. Next, Pankaj Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Dampatya Biruchi Tur. Okay. Man and woman will live together merely because of superficial attraction, and success in the business will depend on deceit. The womanliness and manliness will be judged according to the one of expertise in sex, and man will be known as a Brahmana just by his wearing thread.
So, would you like to explain, Prabhuji? Read
Yes.
what will happen in Kali Yuga?
Man and woman will be merely because of superficial attraction. Means, Prabhuji, man and woman will only live through attraction, that it is a good woman, look by the look wise, and the success in means success of woman or man. Only people will judge them according to their success, or according to their success and expertise. And the man will be known as a Brahmana, means Janeudhari. Known as Janeudhari will be known as a Brahmana.
Yes.
Only Janeudhari Brahman will be thread
Yeah.
in Kali Yuga.
Thank you, Prabhuji. In fact, men and women will live together. Dampatye abhiruchi hetur mayaiv vyavaharike. Men and women will live together. They are talking about live in relationship which has come up in
Living
society.
relationship.
So they will live together merely because of superficial attraction. They come in touch with each other, they like each other, they start living together. No parigraha sanskar. Vedas say that we must pass through, and these are purificatory processes, karna chedan, all kind of those sanskars are there. 16 sanskar, but 10 are very important. But those sanskar, we have Garbhadhan sanskar. It begins with Garbhadhan sanskar. When a lady becomes pregnant, this sanskar is done so that the baby is safe, develops godly qualities, and also grows well, and then becomes a nice person. So that Garbhadhan sanskar we have forgotten. Then Annaprashan sanskar, Parigraha sanskar, so many sanskar are there, but we hardly few are only honored or practiced these days. So without marriage, people will live together because they are superficially attracted to each other. They see beauty in each other, and what happens later on, we all of us know. And success in business will depend on deceit. Whoever is deceitful, he means whoever is able to cheat others and misrepresent his data or product, he will be very, very, very successful. Womanliness and manliness will be judged according to one's expertise in sex, because now Varna Ashrama, which Chatur Varna my sister, Lord Krishna himself says that Chatur Varna has been created by me. They are based not on, caste basis. They are based on the economic status as well as the education, rather. So, or socio-economic order is that is the Chaturvarna system or Varnashram system. So, in that everybody has got a prescribed duty. The Brahmanas, the Kshatriyas, the Shudras, as well as the Vaishya, they have got duty, prescribed duty. They have to perform that. But that instead of that duty or that following that Varnashrama, people will be judged by their expertise in sex. Those who are, have got sex appeal or who have pursued, they shall be recognized as a man or as a woman. A beautiful woman shall be, without virtue, shall be considered to be most successful. And a man will be known as Brahmana just by his wearing a thread. There are certain qualities described for a Brahmana or Mahatma. So Brahmana will not be, the just person will be bearing a thread, or that is called Janu, and he may be bearing a Janu is also a sanskar. All of us know the threading sanskar. So that is a purificatory process. But instead of purifying the existence of this person, they will be conducting all kind of vice and illicit activities which are prohibited for a Brahmana, but they will be recognized because they are wearing a Janu, so they will be recognized as a Brahmana. So the purpose of saying is that the qualities will disappear. Qualities which specify or designate or identify a Brahmana or Kshatriya or a Vaishya or Shudra, they will disappear, and people will be deceitful. They shall be, in fact, they shall not be what they really are, but what they really pose. Thank you, Prabhuji. So next, Riya Mataji, you would like to read?
Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji.
Kalki Avatar. Filling the belly will become the goal of life. He who can maintain a family will be regarded as an expert man. The principles of religion will be observed only for the sake of reputation, as the earth thus becomes crowded with a corrupt population. Whoever among any of the social classes shows himself to be the strongest will gain political power. Losing their wives and properties to such avaricious and merciless rulers who will behave no better than ordinary thieves, the citizens will flee to the mountains and forests. Hare Krishna. Guru.
Thank you, Mataji. So you can see what kind of disorder or disturbance in society shall be. Filling the belly will become the goal of life. And we know that most of the people, they are in a mode of ignorance or mode of passion. People are working very hard, lot of endeavor to earn more and more, work 24 hours or work overtime to earn more money, make the family happy. And of course, during this process, no religious activities, no spiritualism, just filling the belly and making the family happy, or making that shall be the ultimate goal. Second is he who can maintain a family will be regarded as an expert man. Third is principles of religion will be observed only for the sake of reputation. That is, we know these days when people go for distribution of blankets during winter season, they will take a cameraman with them so that the picture can be published. It will not be a genuine act, but it shall be just a show kind of business. So their real virtue will disappear. As the earth thus becomes crowded with corrupt population, whoever among any of the social classes shows himself to the strongest will gain political power. We know this is what is happening. All the political leaders, most of the political, not to say all, most of the political leaders these days who are criminals, who are dacoits, who are murderers, they occupy ministerial posts or they become the ruler of most of the states in our country also. This is happening world over. And losing their wives and property to such avaricious and merciless rulers who will behave no better than ordinary thieves, the citizens will flee to the mountains and forests. Avaricious means the person who is very greedy for having physical possessions or material gains or money. And merciless rulers. What these people do, we know what happened during Mughal period. The ladies were kidnapped, even they were forcibly converted into different religion in Mughal periods. So they were merciless. They will kill if you don't want to convert into certain kind of religion or adopt or do not marry, then they will kill. So this has already happening. This is already happening in the first golden period of Kali Yuga. And citizens will flee to the mountains and forests. The peace-loving people or the people who are religious, they will simply get out of this mess and go to mountains and would like to lead a solitary life. So this is the picture of coming days. Yes, next. Siraja Mataji or Siraja Paudel, would you like to read? Please raise your digital hand so that I know. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Harassed by famine and excessive taxes, people will resort to eating leaves, roots, flesh, wild money, fruits, flowers, and seeds. Struck by drought, they will become completely ruined. The citizens will suffer greatly from cold, wind, heat, rain, and snow. They will be further tormented by quarrels, hunger, thirst, disease, and severe anxiety. The maximum duration of life for human beings in Kali Yuga will become 50 years.
So you can see the terrible description here. Harassed by famine and excessive taxes, people will resort to eating. There shall be no money left with people to feed themselves. They will eat these wild berries, fruits, flowers, seeds, and even leaves and roots. Struck by drought, they will become completely ruined. The citizens will suffer greatly from cold, wind, heat, rain, and snow. In these days, we talk about climate change and that environment is heating up. So we are already facing, during untimely rains, untimely heat, untimely cold weather. February was the coldest in 125 years. So this kind of climate change is happening. We are just having a taste of it, But what worse is going to come is beyond imagination. They will be further tormented by quarrels, hunger, thirst, disease, and severe anxiety. We know what is happening during Ukraine and Russia war. People are, and even all over, wherever there is a war or conflict between two nations, there is so much of, violence, so much of cruelty, so many deaths take place. There is hunger, people don't have hot water. There are refugees who don't have anything to eat, anything to dress, or anything to drink. So they are suffer from disease and severe anxiety. And the maximum duration of life, human life in Kali Yuga will become 50 years. I was just mentioning that when we are somebody's about 100 years, we glorify him. Or 110 years old, wonderful. He is very long person, living, great grand person. But in Kali Yuga and days to come, this life will gradually get reduced to almost 50 years. This is explained 5,000 years before in Srimad Bhagavatam, in 12th canto, at chapter number 2 and verse number 9 to 11. And you can see the pictures here. On the outer drought is in the middle. You can see drought. The animals are dying because of hunger, and there is snow. The sky is clear, yet there is snow, and people are just waiting to have some kind of food because there is no food left there. Yes, Sheila Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
The occupation of men will be stealing, lying, and needless violence. All social classes will be reduced to the lowest level of Sudras. Cows will be like goats. Spiritual hermitages will be no different from mundane houses. The occupation of men will be stealing, lying, and needless violence. All the social classes will be reduced to the lowest level of Sudras. Cows will be like goats. And it's repeated. Spiritual hermitages will be no different from mundane houses.
Those two are repeated, in fact. So you can see the horrible picture that is being depicted here. Occupation of man will be stealing, lying, and needless violence. Everywhere, world over, you can find such kind of activities is still taking place. People are just, subsisting themselves or living by stealing or lying, and the needless violence is happening all over. Social class will reduce to lowest level of Shudras. By the way, what is a prescribed duty for Shudra? as per Bhagavad Gita? Does anybody remember what Krishna has, about the scriptures assigned as duty to Shudras?
Prabhuji, Lord Krishna, here the actually this is written here that all the social classes reduced to the lowest level of Sudras. But according to Lord Krishna in Bhagavad Gita, he said Sudras are those people who will serve to the others.
Yes, yes, Mataji. So the two qualities are defined for Shudras in Bhagavad Gita. First, they will endeavor hard. They will work very hard as laborers. Secondly, they will serve the other classes, that is Vaishyas, Kshatriyas, and as well as Brahmanas. So these two activities are functions of Shudras are defined. Not by the birth. They are not that Harijan or something like born in a low family. Not like that. They're based on their socio-economic condition as well as their occupation. That is why 4 varnas are mentioned. So even the Brahmanas or Kshatriyas or Vaishya will be lower than the Shudras level. They will be all just stealing, lying and doing. Cows will be like goats. The size of cows, that Surabhi cow, the size of in the Satyuga, which came out of Manthan, of Samudra Manthan, that was huge, and it was Kamdhenu. That could, we have already heard about Kamdhenu. It was wish fulfilling cow. So now the size of the cows will go down to as small as goats. Spiritual hermitage will no longer be different mundane houses. What does in mundane houses activities take place? Household activities, all kind of activities related to mode of passion and mode of ignorance. Whereas hermitage is a pure place where a pious person, a godly person lives and performs sacrifice, austerity, and penance. So there shall be so-called spiritual hermitage, but all kind of activities which are unfit for to be held in that place shall be carried out. Occupation of men will be stealing, lying. All the social classes reduced to lowest. So these are repeated, in fact. Thank you, Mataji. Next, Chanda Mataji, you are there. Hare Krishna. Please raise your hand. Chanda Mataji, you are there. Anyone else would like to volunteer? Richa Mataji.
May I again?
Yes, Mataji. Please continue.
Can I read, Prabhuji?
Yes, Mataji, please. Shashmi Mataji.
By the time the age of Kali ends, the bodies of all creatures will be greatly reduced in size, and the religious principles of followers of Varnashrama will be ruined. The path of the Vedas will be completely forgotten in human society, and so-called religion will be mostly atheistic. The kings will mostly be thieves.
Would you like to explain?
Srimad Bhagavatam.
Sure, Mataji would like to.
Yeah. That is during Kali Yuga, all our body size will be reduced, and religious principles will not be followed, and Varnashrama will be ruined, and all atrocities take place, and our Vedas will be completely forgotten, and religion will go astray. So people, they don't believe in God, they will be atheistics. And the ruler himself will become a thief. So he will not be sincere in his work. So totally a chaotic situation, Kali Yuga will be.
And this is a picture you can see here on the right bottom. What kind of environment is there? Height of size of the people is very, very small, dwarf kind of thing. The thief is sitting as a ruler of the place, and there is no religion, killing, all violence, lot of industrialization. The fire represents industrialization and adverse weather and lightning, you can see there. So there shall be total chaotic condition in the society. The basic principles of Varnashrama Dharma, there are 9 prescribed duties for Brahmanas, 7 for Kshatriyas, 3 for Vaishya, and 2 for Shudras, they will be forgotten. Nobody will be acting according to them. Everybody will be a liar or a thief. And now Vedic injunctions, they will be forgotten. In fact, what is the basic purpose of Veda? Read of knowledge of Veda? Anyone? What is the basic purpose of reading Veda or knowing Veda?
To know Krishna.
To know Krishna Mataji. That is some essence of Vedic knowledge, basically. Because after Vyasdeva wrote all those Vedas and Purans and, Sahitas, that he was not satisfied. Then he asked Narad Muni what to do now. Then he wrote Vedanta Sutra, which are just spiritual quotes. Their explanation is vast for each quote. So Vedas basically describe our karma kand methods, how to achieve, they are basically aimed at fruitful activities, but ultimate goal is to know Krishna, or to know Krishna and develop devotional service to Krishna. So when the Kali Yuga, as Kali Yuga proceeds, nobody will know about the Varnashrama, nor will what the Vedic knowledge is. That should be completely forgotten, and everybody will be non-believer, atheist. That means nobody will believe there is a God who is creator, who is the maintainer, who is a annihilator, and everything is resting on him. He has created all those universe, and he is the person who is a God who is providing us everything. So all these concepts will be gone, and the kings will mostly be thieves. So this is the picture which is going to come in the next period. Yes, those who have not read so far, Chanda Mataji and Srila Mataji. Simple. Anyone would like to volunteer?
Babaji, I'll read.
Yes, Mataji, please.
Family ties will extend no further than the immediate bonds of marriages. Most plants and herbs will be tiny, and all trees will appear like drops, Sami trees. Clouds will be full of lightning. All human beings will have become light cases.
So you can see already family ties will extend no further than the immediate bonds of marriage. Now we already know in our society there is unitary family system. There is hardly any joint family. Very, very rare to find a joint family living with where grandfather, father, and children are living happily together and respecting each other, paying honors, and also following the instructions or obedience. Everything has disappeared almost. Very, very few examples of joint family. People are unitary family system or unit family. And you can see if the grandparents on both sides are there, the children are only husband, wife. This is the unit family which are predominantly we can find out these days. So family ties will extend no further than the immediate bonds of marriage. Most plants and herbs will be tiny, and all trees will appear like dwarf Sami trees. Clouds will be full of lightning. So not only size of human beings, but the plants, trees, animals, everything, every size of every or stature of every living entity will go down. All human beings will have become like asses. You can see people have those two levers, and there is a person with a this kind of chabuk, or that he is trying to hunter kind of pushing this person and making them work like ass. The basic function of ass is to carry loads. So this is what will happen in coming days. Yes. Anyone else? Chanda Mataji, you are not there?
Yeah. Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, please read.
Kalki Avatar. Hare Krishna.
Yes.
At the time, the Supreme Personality of Godhead will appear on the earth, acting with the power of pure spiritual goodness. He will rescue eternal religion. Lord Vishnu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the spiritual master of all the moving and non-moving living beings. And the supreme soul of all takes birth to protect the uh, principle, principles of religion and to relieve his saintly devotees the from the reactions of material work.
So this is now beginning. At that time, just when all this disorder, this irreligiousness, this corruption, this violence, war, famine, droughts, change in weather, and reduction, the rule of thieves and robbers, that when political system shall be recognized by the wealth or the cruelty one can exercise, those will be the political leaders. So at that time, Supreme Personality of Godhead will appear on the earth. That is, they are talking about Kalki Avatar. Acting with the power of pure spiritual goodness, he will rescue eternal religion. And this what we have seen in all the 9 avatars. They came for a purpose. They came for a cause to establish Paritranaya Sadhunam Vinashaya Cha Dushkritam. That is from millennium to millennium, Krishna appears. But these incarnations of Lord Vishnu, they came to restore the order of society, establish the religion, and also bring about peacefulness on the earth. Vishnu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the spiritual master of all moving and non-living beings, and the Supreme Soul of all. Supreme Soul, we know he is present in the form of Paramatma. That is what is referred to here. And he takes birth to protect principles of religion, Dharma Sansthapanarthai, and to believe his saintly devotees from the reactions of material world. Paritranaya Sadhunam. So this is the purpose Lord appears. And so in Kalki Avatar, also the appearance of Avatar shall be for this purpose. Yes, Srila Mataji. Srila Mataji, you raised your hand.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes. Is the screen visible, Mataji?
Prabhuji. Thereafter, at the end of Kali Yuga, when there exist no topics on the subject of God, even at the residences of so-called saints and respectable gentlemen of the 3 higher caste, and when the power of government is transferred to the hands of ministers elected from the low-born Sudra classes or those less than them, and when nothing is known of the technique of sacrifice, even by word, at that time Lord will appear as a supreme chastier, chastiser. Purport: the symptoms of the worst condition of the material world at the last stage of this age, called Kali Yuga, are stated here. The sun and substance of such conditions is godlessness.
Godlessness. So that means adharma will prevail when total chaos is there. Vedic knowledge is not there. God is not talked about. Everybody is a thief, lying, cheating, and hurting others, causing violence. At that time, Lord will appear. So thereafter, at the end of Kali, there exists no topic on the subject of God. That means nobody will be talking about God because Vedic knowledge is extinct. It is not, people will not read Vedas at all. They will disappear completely. And at the resistance of so-called saints and respective gentlemen of the 3 higher castes, and when the power of government is transferred to the hands of ministers elected from lower Shudras, let's say, and when nothing is known of the technique of sacrifice. Sacrifice used to be the, what was the principal religious activity during the 4 yugas? Can anybody enumerate? During Satyuga, what was there? And during Treta, then Dwapar, and then?
Prabhuji, Satya Yuga means just take the name of Lord, and
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji.
May I?
In Satyuga, yes, can you?
In Satyuga, there was all kind of yagna where the
Sacrifices.
sorry if someone, my family member has. And in a Dwapar Yuga,
Treta Mataji.
in a Treta Yuga, it's a I'm forgetting the particular word.
Meditation, Mataji.
Yeah, meditation. And in a Dwapar Yuga, it's a puja.
Deity worship.
And in a Kali Yuga, it's a very nice that we can only chant the name of the God, and by
Yes.
this we can be released.
Yes, thank you, Mataji. That is the correct. So sacrifices, meditation, deity worship, or as you said, worship of Lord, and in the Kali Yuga only Nam Sankirtana. That shall be the only thing. But in Kali Yuga, as it advances, the Lord name of Lord will be forgotten. Everybody will be just self-centered, doing all religious activities. All activities related to any dharmic activity will be forgotten because Vedic knowledge will not be there. God will not be remembered. And whoever attains by hook or crook the highest position, he will be worshipped as the gentleman of earth. So at that, when such a chaotic situation of society achieved, at that stage, Lord will appear. So, yes, Bhavika Mataji, you raised your hand.
Lord Kalki will appear in the home of the most eminent Brahmana of Sambhala village, the great soul Vishnu Vyasa.
So, as I just now mentioned, that Lord Kalki will appear in a house of a eminent Brahmana. The place will be Sambhala village, and the mother's name will be Sumati. Father's name will be Vishnu Yasha. This is this description of. Yes, one more, Mataji. Lord, yes, please.
Lord,
yeah.
yes, sir. Lord Kalki, the Lord of the universe, will mount his swift horse, Devdatta, and the sword in hand, travel over the earth, exhibiting his 8 mystic opulences and 8 special qualities of Godhead, displaying his unequaled effulgences and riding with great speed. He will kill by the millions those thieves who have dared dress as kings.
So, as mentioned earlier, Lord Kalki will be holding sword in one hand, he will be riding a white horse, and with great speed he will kill millions of the thieves and wrong persons or evil or asuras or demonic people with demonic nature, and he will clear the earth of such people with irreligious people. And he will possess, the name of the horse will be Devdatta. Does anybody recollect where did we go through this part before? In Srimad?
Bhishma's name is Devadatt, if I remember.
Anyone
The
else?
name of the Upapurana.
Devdatta, anyone else would like to recollect from chapter 1? Observing the armies on battlefield. What was the conch shell of Arjuna? What was the conch shell of Krishna? Panchajanya, yes. And Devdatta was the conch shell of Arjuna. They were divine conch shells. No? That is why the heart of Kaurava shattered when they were blown. So we'll come to it anyway. So Devdatta will be the name of this horse, and he will ride with great speed. He will kill millions of people, and he will possess 8 opulences and 8 special qualities of Godhead. Now Krishna has 6, 6 opulences. What are those? Anybody remember from chapter 1? 6 opulences of Lord Krishna. That is why we call him Supreme Personality of Godhead, because he is possessed with all.
Beauty, richness,
Yes,
courage, and then Courage, beauty, richness,
Renunciation,
Fame, wealth,
fame,
renunciation also.
Yes, yes, Mataji. So these are six, in fact. First is fame, beauty, wealth, knowledge, strength, and renunciation.
renunciation.
These are six opulences, and they are not read as such. They are said all fame, all beauty, all strength, all knowledge, all all knowledge, all strength, and all renunciation. These six are all. So nobody has all. Others have got others have got only a fraction of them only. Other avatars or expansions, they had only part of that all, because Lord has got all strength, all beauty, all fame, all knowledge, all strength, and all renunciation. So these are 8, but in Srimad Bhagavatam, in this 12th canto, chapter 2, these 8 are not defined. Perhaps 8 opulences, mystic opulences, are referred to Siddhi. Siddhi, Anima, Laghima, Mahima, who is Lord Hanuman possessed all Siddhi, or all 8 opulences. He could reduce himself to a small size. Remember Sursa's case, what he did, and so he could grow in gigantic or very, very huge sizes. So this Lord Kalki Avatar will have all those opulences, all those godly qualities, and unequaled effulgence. That means that he will be so much light will be emanating from him, and with great speed he will kill by millions those thieves who have dared dress as kings. That means we have already heard that rulers will be, thieves. They will be not really rulers. So yes, anyone who has not read yet, but or would like to read again, please start. Chanda Mataji, you would like to read again?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Please. Or anyone else?
Kalki,
Yes, Chanda Mataji, continue.
Kalki Avatar. After all the impostor kings have been killed, the residents of the city and the towns will feel the breeze carrying the most sacred fragrance of the sandalwood paste and other decorations of Lord Vasudeva, and their minds will thereby become transcendently pure. When Lord Vasudeva, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, appears in their hearts in his transcendental form of goodness, the remaining citizens will abundantly repopulate the earth. When the Supreme Lord has appeared on the earth as Kalki, the maintainer of religion, Satya Yuga will begin, and a human society will bring forth progeny in the mode of goodness.
Thank you, Mataji. So imposter kings, because they will not be real kings. What is the function of Prithu Maharaj? He used to consider himself as custodian of Lord's property, and he used to serve his citizens. The purpose of ruler is to look after the welfare of his citizen and do justice to each and every one of them, and take welfare not only their living conditions, their food, their dressing, their progression in spiritual path. That used to be the purpose of a ruler in earlier days. So these impostors, they are not really kings. They are cheaters, they are liars, they are thieves and robbers themselves. So the Lord Kalki will kill all these people who are impious or ungodly. And after the earth has been, this planet has been wiped off such people, then breeze carrying the fragrance of sandalwood will, the paste will spread all over, and that shall be the beginning of, and other decorations of Lord Vasudeva. Their minds will become pure, and then this Kalki avatar will appear, and that shall mark the beginning of another yuga, that is end of Kali Yuga and beginning of Satya Yuga. So this is what is going to happen at the end of this Kali Yuga, when Kalki avatar has cleared earth of all impious and undesirable population who are causing disturbance. So then how to identify this the genuineness of an incarnation, how to identify that he is an incarnation of Lord Vishnu. So anybody would like to read? Who, please?
May I, Prabhuji?
Yes, Mataji, please.
Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu replied, as in other ages, an incarnation is accepted according to the directions of Shastra. In this age of Kali, an incarnation of God should be accepted in that way. An actual incarnation of God never says, I am God, or I am an incarnation of God. The great saga, Vyasadeva knowing all, has already recorded the characteristics of the avatars in the Shastra. The Lord does not have a material body, yet he descends among human beings in his transcendental body as an incarnation. Therefore, it is very difficult for us to understand who is an incarnation. Only by his extraordinary powers, prowess, and uncommon activities, which are impossible for embodied living entities, can one partially understand the incarnation of Supreme Personality of Godhead. Srimad Bhagavatam.
Thank you, Mataji. So how to know incarnation has taken place? Because Lord Krishna, Lord Rama, they came in human form. They were not different from the, but the most important feature is that they possess transcendental body. Their body is not material. That does not undergo changes like birth, death, and jara vyadhi, that is old age and disease. So, and Lord Krishna in Bhagavad Gita has also mentioned, Ab jananti ma mura manushi tanam ashritam. Whenever the Lord appears or manifests himself on a material world in the form of manushi tanam, that is in the form of a human being, then fools, they deride his form. Shishupal was a fool. He did not accept Krishna as a supreme personality of Godhead, and he used to even abused. But Lord was kind enough to forgive him for 100 times. So abjananti mam muda manushim tanum ashritam. When I take birth in the form or appear in the form of a human being, people deride me or they laugh at me. So it is very difficult to know, but certain characteristics of incarnation have been described by Lord Vyasadeva, and that is mentioned in Chaitanya Charitamrita in chapter 20. The quotation is given here. And Lord does not have a material body, yet he descends among human beings in his transcendental body as an incarnation. It is very difficult for us to understand who is an incarnation. Only by his extraordinary prowess and uncommon activities. And we know Lord what demons, so many demons were killed by Lord Rama. So many demons were killed by Lord Krishna and Lord Balrama also. And what kind of uncommon activities they had? They had all knowledge. They possessed all knowledge. They had all strength. They had all beauty, all fame, all renunciation, all wealth. So these are the characteristics by which Lord is known. So this is how people will doubt how this has taken place. Dr. Ipsita, you have not read anything, neither offered. Would you please read this one?
Sure, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Kalki Avatara Shri Dashavtara Stotra 10.6.40. O Keshava, O Lord of the universe, O Lord Hari, who have assumed the form of Kalki, all glories to you. You appear like a comet and carry a terrifying sword for bringing about the annihilation of the wicked barbarian men at the end of the Kali Yuga.
So this is taken the last verse of the Dashavtara Shotra, which we had been listening. I'll just play it. Sorry.
Jai Jagadish Hare, Jai Jagadish Hare. Chitiri Havani Dhane Kalansi Karamala Duma ke tumi vatima pe karale Kesavita Kalki Sharira Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare Jaya Deva Kavedita Udimudare Yunatukudam Subhadam Pavasaram Kesavamrita Dashavtara Jaya Jagadish Hare Jaya Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare.
So this is glorifying Kalki avatar, Keshav Dhrat Kalki, Kalki Sharira Jai Jagdish Hare. So this is 10th, and ultimately the last one was glorifying the all 10 avatars which we discussed earlier. So Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Let us chant 3 times this mantra. All of us, please unmute, and so that this is the last slide for the. Please unmute and we'll chant together. Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama,
Rama,
Rama Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Thank you, Prabhuji and Mataji. Any question, comments, or suggestion, or recommendation, or corrections? You are
Hare
welcome.
Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji.
Prabhuji, as in the last of this today's chapter, even the God in a Srimad Bhagavad, in a Gita, Lord said, I am not the physical body, what we are, anybody will see him, or what those era Arjuna or any other devotee has seen him, because no one can identify that he is God. So in this Kali Yuga, how we can identify God?
So this is how to identify an incarnation, Mataji. This is what is mentioned here. The characteristics and these virtues are defined. They are described in these Shastras. And we know in Bhagavad Gita, the chapter 1 itself, those 6 opulences that Lord possesses, nobody else possesses those. We mundane persons may not be able to understand glory of, what to talk of us. We are such, in fact, such fallen souls.
That's why he has
Persons like elevated persons like Lord Brahma and Indra, they could not realize that he is Supreme Personality of Godhead. They used to consider Krishna as just a cowherd boy, and Brahma took the step to steal all the gopis, all the gopas and the cows of Krishna. And Indra incessant reigns in Govardhan for 7 days. And Indra could not understand. So we are in fact persons of very, very low intelligence. Alpa buddhya, Lord has labeled such persons. We cannot identify. But yes, the holy, when he comes, that there is disorder. Is what Krishna did. Kans was killed. So many demons were killed. Earth was relieved of those people they were terrorizing everybody and putting disorder in society. So, of course, we may not identify, but he will exhibit such vast, sorry, opulences and powers that that will make him that will make others believe that he is a real incarnation of Lord through his actions, through his basic opulences and the rich powers and other activities which shall be in order to establish dharma on the planet, so dharma on the earth.
जी प्रभु जी.
So this is, let us take at a mundane level. We are human beings. We are material persons. Our entire activity from right morning to the bedtime is centered on material activities. How many minutes, how many hours a day we are devoting to Krishna and his service, or how many times we are remembering him. So as this Kali Yuga proceeds ahead and the time passes, this is going to be much worse. At least it is Lord's mercy, it is Srila Prabhupada's mercy that we are at least there, 77% registered for this level 2. And I'm sorry to say, in the first meeting, it was about 45, second, it was 25 only. Now, then reduced to 15, and today there are only 11 persons with us. We are so, the Maya Devi has captured our total intelligence, mind, senses, everything, that we are not prepared to listen for 1 hour, even the glories of the name of Lord, about his pastime. Guru Roop Leela, Naam Guru Roop Leela, we are not prepared because we have not fixed our priorities in correct order.
जी प्रभु जी.
We think happiness lies in material world, which is always giving us some or other kind of misery or sorrow. For temporary happiness is there. We consider it as happiness, but it is not lasting. It is just transit. Again, there is some kind of misery, tension, anxiety, or problem. So we are so grossly involved in material affairs that we are not able to define ourselves with the real path. Where should we go? So I'm indeed very, very thankful and grateful to all of you who are still continuing with us. And that is why I posted the message so that others could also see. If there was, they were not interested in listening to the glories of holy name, they were not interested in the Dashavtara, let them be there for Bhagavad Gita, because they have already done level 1 and have the basic understanding of the basic philosophy or philosophical concept of Bhagavad Gita in 18 days. Now we are going to deliberate upon those in a detailed manner. So Krishna will help, I'm sure.
Prabhuji, one question.
Yes.
Actually, it is written in Srimad Bhagavatam 12.2, 12.6, that point which is mentioned in that is happening in Kali Yuga. Sir, means Prabhuji, it was I have read that 950 CE, and that time Ved Vyas has written, and it is happening because I have read first time. So same is happening. So how does they recall that it will be happen in Kali Yuga? So
Prabhuji,
that is point.
Prabhuji,
Because I have read, I have listened all that same thing is happening in the day-to-day era.
God, just now one
So,
opulence I told you is all knowledge. He has all knowledge. He knew Arjuna's thousands of births before. When Krishna said that I know my about me, I know your thousands of births. You do not know about immediate birth, the previous birth which you had, what next is going to happen. Because God has supreme knowledge. He is Bhavishya Drashta. He can see what is happening in the future. So Ved Vyas was blessed by Lord Krishna. In fact, what he is telling in Bhagavad Gita, what is written in Bhagavad Gita is just, what given to Sun God or Lord Vivashwan. And it was again because with the passage of time, it was this Vedic knowledge, this great knowledge or spiritual knowledge was forgotten, divine knowledge. That is why Arjuna was given this knowledge again second time. And that time, people were so, in Satyuga and even in Dwapar or Treta, people had tremendous memory. There was no paper or pen or ink at that time. They could just listen and remember for lifetime. It was Lord Ganesha who wrote this thing without stopping. Vyasdeva dictated. So Lord has all powers. He is merciful. He wants our welfare. That is why he predicted this thing.
Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Any other question or doubts? Or attendance list link is posted in the chat box. Please put your attendance. And from tomorrow, I've posted message that please try to read some few slokas of Bhagavad Gita before we join. And the book which is the basis of our talk is of course this Bhagavad Gita as it is written means translated and purport given by Srila Prabhupada. So we shall from tomorrow same time, and each chapter might take a couple of days, so we'll continue with it. So please develop some basic reading so that we can continue have a very good interaction and discussion. Thank you very much, Prabhuji and Mataji, for your association, and Dandvat Pranam also. Panchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhuva ev jay patitanam pavnebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Anant Kot Vaishnav ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna devotees, Prabhuji and Mataji. See you.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Prabhuji.
Mataji. Thank you.
Hare
Thank you.
Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare
Hare
Krishna Prabhu. Hare Krishna Prabhu.